Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this video, I will share my understanding about deep learning in national curriculum. So, what is deep learning? Deep learning is an approach that aims to make learning more meaningful, not only focusing on understanding the material, but also on applying it in real life situation. Then, sorry, yeah, it emphasize the development of higher order thinking skills, awareness in learning, and enjoyable learning experiences. In this approach, learning and assessment are seen as a continuous cycle that supports the improvement of students' learning outcomes. There is principles of learning in this deep learning curriculum. The principles of learning highlight that the learning process should be active, student-centered, and relevant into to real life context. So we so there are three principles. First is berkesadaran. Second is bermakna, dan yang ketiga itu menggembirakan. Then, so learning is not only about delivering content, but also about engaging students in critical thinking, creativity, and independence. Teachers act as facilitator who guide students based on their needs and characteristics. Then, there are learning experiences. What is framework? I think. So learning experiences are designed to allow students to actively participate through meaningful activities such as discussion, exploration, and reflections. Through these experiences, students not only gain knowledge but also understand the meaning of what they learn. Learning should also provide opportunities for collaboration, expressing ideas, and connecting knowledge with real life situations. Itu pengalaman belajar. Jadi pengalaman belajarnya tuh ada pengalaman belajar memahami, terus mengaplikasi, yang terakhir itu merefleksi. Then there is also learning framework. The learning framework begins with analyzing learning outcomes, which are then developed into learning objectives and organized into a structured sequence. After that, teachers design learning activities and assessment that align with student needs. Yep. I mean with the objectives. Yep. This framework flexible and allowing teachers to adapt it based on student needs, making learning more structured and meaningful. Also purposeful. Then there is assessment principles. There are three assessment principles. First is berkeadilan, yang kedua objektif, dan yang ketiga edukatif. Assessment principles emphasize that assessment is not only used to measure final results, but also to support the learning process. Therefore, formative assessment is prioritized as it provides feedback during the learning process. Assessment should be valid, fair, and able to give clear information about student progress. And then the assessment planning. So there are several assessment planning, such as formative and summative. Assessment planning is carried out alongside lesson planning. Teachers needs to determine learning objectives and then design appropriate methods to assess the achievement of those objectives using various techniques such as observation, tests, quiz, or rubrics. The results can be processed using different methods such as averaging or weighting, depending on the characteristic of the material. The results are also used to determine follow-up actions such as remediation, remediation, or enrichment, remediation. I think. I mean. So, and the last is example of implementation. The example shows that learning is designed in contextual and problem-based ways, such as teaching numbers through financial literacy. And then the learning process involves group discussion, collaboration, and the use of technology and real-world context. So now yep, I will give the example that mentioned in the book. Sorry. Okay. So the example of formative assessment, menganalisis informasi dan gagasan. Nah, ini contohnya. Menganalisis informasi dan gagasan dalam teks eksplanasi sederhana yang dipirsa tentang perubahan iklim. Nanti ada kalau memenuhi seperti apa, belum memenuhi seperti apa gitu. Kalau summative itu ada mempresentasikan informasi dan gagasan dari teks eksplanasi yang dipirsa tentang perubahan iklim dan dengan santun, logis, sistematis, efektif, dan kreatif. Seperti itu. Mungkin itu saja dari saya. Kurang lebih seperti itu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much.